Okay, so for my field experience, we read two books. We read Last Day Blues and First Day of School Jitters. I picked out the first book, and the girl that I was with, she picked out the second book, and she liked how they both were by the same author, so that's why she picked out that one. So the way I provided help, I helped the student I was with some words that she didn't know, and um, I would read a page and then she would read a page, so she would hear how I'd pronounce some of the words, which helped her when she would get to the same words. Um, I also helped her with like comprehension of the story. I asked her multiple questions about the story. After each page, we would talk about what we just read or pictures that we see in the book. Um, and then my goal was to make sure that she like really understood the story, and I always asked if she had any questions or if there's anything else she wanted to talk about the story, because I really wanted to make sure that in the end that she really knew what was happening. And we took a quiz in the end, so it also helped to see if she actually understood it. On the use of technology, so we did it over Zoom, and I shared my screen with her so that we were looking at the same page, and I could also put my like cursor over like certain words or certain pictures so that we both knew what we were talking about. And when she talked about something, I would like try to point it out and ask her like if this is what she's talking about and stuff. So it kept us like both on the same page, and it helped like to ask specific questions about stuff. And then in the future, one thing that I would like change, I would have the students more spaced out so we could hear each other. It was really hard hearing her, and I would have to ask her to repeat herself like multiple times, and I felt really bad because I didn't want her to think that I wasn't listening to her, but I was. It was just really hard to hear because they're really loud, and their age group is just loud in general. So I think in the future, if they were spread out more in the classroom or in different rooms or something, it would help a lot more, and I feel like we both would have got more out of it, and she would have been able to hear me, because sometimes she also had to ask me what I said because she couldn't hear me, because some kids were talking very loud. So something that went well, just reading the story and her understanding it really went well. She always knew the answer to every question I asked. She did a very good job just reading the story and knowing like even the hard words, some words I wouldn't even expect her to know. And I really didn't have to help her a lot on words that she didn't know, like occasionally with some names and other little small words, but nothing big. And then sometimes I struggled with like not knowing exactly what questions to ask, because I didn't know if the questions were too hard for her grade level or if they were just way too easy and way too obvious. Um, but we still like talked about the questions and what I came up with and stuff, and it helps her better understand it, because she was like, there were some parts of it she didn't really understand, so just us talking about it really helped her understand it. So how will I improve? So next time I feel like I'll have like more questions planned out ahead of time, because I feel like I didn't have enough planned out. Um, and then like have students answer the questions done, like answer questions once they're done reading as well, because I feel like I just asked questions while she was reading and not like when she, like in the end or even before she reads the book. I could like ask her what she predicts to happen or something. I feel like I didn't really do a very good job with that. And then next time I feel like I could also give her more time to think. I feel like when she was struggling on a word, I would just say the word and I wouldn't give her time to like process and think about like what the word could be. So I feel like I just need to like wait and like know that silence is okay and stuff, and like because eventually the word usually came to her. So what did I learn? I learned that all students move at their own pace, like I said. um like her reading, she was very well reading, and she understood most of the words and knew how to say them. And I think I could just like know what students struggle more with, like knowing what word it is. And then I also learned that students need more time to answer the questions, and silence is okay, because I feel like I stress out when there's silence and I'm like, they don't know what they're like what to say, they don't know the answer, but they're actually thinking, and usually they come up with the answer or they give it their best shot. So this will contribute to my professional identity as a teacher because I want my students to feel confident when they're reading and answering questions. I feel like that's a big thing. Like, students aren't confident and they feel like they can't read, and I want all my students to like feel like they can and like not be embarrassed if they don't know a word or don't know the answer to a question. So for example, something that I will want to like do with my students is praise them for doing well when they read and make sure that they know that mistakes are okay and that if they don't know the right answer, it's okay. Like, no one's judging. It's not the end of the world. I want them to feel confident in their reading.